The Grey Rock Method, the practice of deliberately making oneself uninteresting and unresponsive in hopes that an abuser with narcissistic tendencies will leave you alone more quickly. How to master grey rocking. You are cold, cold as stone. You will become stone cold. Not Stone Cold Steve Austin. Not Stone Cold Jane Austen. No. You are a rock. Not the Rock. Not Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Not Jane The Rock Austen. You are the unmoving, unfeeling, unremarkable pebble on the ground, absorbing the last few sound waves from an outburst of laughter. You usher in silence so smoothly it begins to believe it's always lived here. Become mineral, geological. Become Dust Bowl barren. Become the black blizzard baseline to the Great Depression's grand piano toccata and fugue desolation. Whomever said the squeaky wheel gets the grease was a liar. Whomever said the nail that sticks out gets hammered was a sage. Make this your mantra. After you've chanted it 1,000 times each for 1,000 passing days, you may achieve endarkenment. Endarkenment is like enlightenment, except for darkness. And darkness provides concealment. But darkness sounds edgy, therefore intriguing, like smoking a cigarette while wearing a black leather jacket and sunglasses, indoors. That's why the rock you will become is gray, and not a professional wrestler turned Hollywood actor who is destined to one day become the most electrifying president in political entertainment. The Rock's most popular finishing move was called the People's Elbow. It was literally just an elbow drop after he bounced off the ropes twice while raising one eyebrow, but because everyone cheered when he did it, pro wrestling logic made the move more powerful than any tombstone pile driver, scorpion deathlock, or corkscrew shooting star press. The People's Elbow was preposterous, and hilarious, and strangely compelling, and everything else that you cannot afford to be, let alone try and become. You will instead become like all those other professional wrestlers who also attempted to be actors, the ones we don't remember because no one watched their movies. And when your presence and efforts combined achieve that magnitude of forgettability except on purpose, then, and only then, will you become a master of grey rocking. Should you fail in this endeavor, should you reach for the salt, should you dance instead of salutes, you will be cast into wet cement. If you will not make yourself a grey rock, they will grind you into ashen powder. You're the punching bag of your team, sent to tire out the opposition before the glory-bound in your group finally tag themselves in to make the so-called save. So the referee will raise their hands in triumph while you cradle the pain of your contribution in the corner. You're a sheltered, smother-spoiled child raised to raise the reputation of your teetering household by contorting your development into the strict mold of social ladder-climbing marriageability. So master the art of grey rocking, like so many others have done before you, so many others you have never noticed and never will because of course. Because that's the whole point. Because what else can you do? You're gonna draft yourself a second wind, a fiery comeback sequence written on the page. You're gonna break free from the people who expect you to take a beating for them, while they give you the barest of the bare minimum in return and treat you as if even that is more than you deserve. You're gonna rise from laughingstock to champion, go from undesirable to ungoddamn deniable, because you've seen footage of the aftermath, what happens when they try to make a dumb grey rock out of a not-so-dormant volcano, and your ring name may as well be Vesuvius, or Krakatoa, or Mount St. Helens, because you know you need to fumarole yourself an outlet for all this pressure and heat amassing within the blistering crucible of your ribcage, or your impending eruption will shatter the sky and darken the sun and set the world ablaze, because deep down in your molten inner core you want a cataclysm, until the fire that's been burning you up from the inside out all this time finally dies out. But that's not all there is to you. That's just the tip of the goldberg. Above your disaster self, beyond the grey rock coat jackhammer cracking open like a uranium eggshell bunker, there is a part of you that is just now realizing he wants to write a Pride and Prejudice and pro wrestling crossover fan fiction that starts off something like this. On an idyllic weekend afternoon in the Hertfordshire countryside, the impeccably refined atmosphere of the Bingsley family's formal ball is shattered by the sound of breaking glass, as Steve Austin, the Texas rattlesnake, thunders through the gazebo to his entrance music, and hit that philandering knave Mr. Wickham with a stone-cold stunner. Because Austin's got to stomp his mud boots dry on some poor sumbitch, and that Mr. Wickham's the most insufferable, dick-headed chicken shit jabroni in this entire idiot cotillion. And then Stone Cold cracks open a couple of Budweiser cans and chugs them down together while Elizabeth and Mr. Darcy look on in horrified but secretly graceful astonishment as monocles drop from the gaping faces of gentlemen, and still gloved ingenues faint away in their vasoconstrictor corsets. Meanwhile, Stone Cold Steve Austin walks off into the sunset without a word of explanation, raising 2 middle fingers high at the systemic marginalization of women amongst the landed gentry of early 19th century England. And the most bizarre but true part of all of this is, there are people out there in this world who want this part of you, the part that dreams this stuff up, to thrive.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.